Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review of VH1's Couples Retreat Season 2, Episode 5, called Hit It or Quit It. And in this case, almost all the couples need to quit it. But they're probably not going to do that. So we start off with the question of the week for the couple sitting down, across from each other by the water or whatnot. So the question of the week is, if you had any boundaries that you wish you put in place in the beginning of the relationship, what is it? They go down the list. I didn't write down what they said, but knowing how the couples are these past couple weeks, or in Michael and Rada's case, past 2 seasons, we're not surprised with some of the stuff they said. And in Rada's case, for what she done said, Rada, if you put those boundaries in it, you wouldn't be with him today. Because he probably would have said, okay, well, F you, girl, on to the next one. So you could have saved that, Rada. So we have Claudia. She's dressing up in some lingerie for KJ's 45th birthday. They sit down to talk about what happened the night before with Jess and Daniel. KJ, he liking what he sees. He hasn't seen her, dressed all provocative, whatever, in quite a minute. So he's liking what he sees. Hopefully she keeps it up. We'll see if that happens. If they stay together, because they've been together for 3 years. So she says. And then we get the girls. We see them all writing down notes for their significant others. So obviously we knew something was going on that they planned. And what was it? They set up a scavenger hunt for the guys. So they're going to have to, be doing that while the girls have a little, I think Rhonda said like a bra brunch. A little brunch, okay, that Claudia set up, I believe. So everybody's being involved. Obviously, Kiana and Nick, they're not on this episode because they went to go check up on Nick's father. Jess and Daniel are not part of it because they had a little riffraff the night before. So I guess she wasn't involved in that planning or didn't want to do that planning. So she gonna go sit down have a one-on-one with AJ, which we're gonna talk about in a moment. So in the meantime, while the men are doing the little scavenger hunt, Claudia is sitting down with Rada, Adjoa, and Shamari, talking about the same shit, different day. So Rada, she's still upset of the night before, of the phone swap exercise, of him not giving her his phone and what he could be hiding. If he's not willing to give her his phone, what else could, be going? Rada, please. At this point, this is the second season in a row you are purposely embarrassing yourself for the fame, for the check, for the money. Being with Michael for why? You knew what it was. I don't have to keep explaining myself. Rada, you knew what it was. So you just here talking just for TV time, for airtime, to be more on camera. But we are tired and sick of you. Can we see Adjoa, Styles P more on camera? We tired of looking at you, Rada. I'm sorry. We tired. Me and America is tired. Okay, so she's still upset with that. Claudia and Shamari let her know what Michael done said the night before, that, if it came up to the point of ultimatum of just Rada by herself, all these side beaches, Michael gonna go with the side beaches. He ain't giving up his lifestyle for her. And Rada knew this since last season, but she's acting, oh my gosh, I'm keeping it cool, but I'm pissed and we're definitely gonna have to have a talk. There's no talk that needs to happen, Rada, because at this point you knew what it was. You continued with the relationship knowing what it was, to the point you gave the man a hall pass once a month for every month of the rest of the time y'all together, or his life really at this point. But why are we surprised here? You tried to do the ultimatum kind of last season, it didn't really work out, and you're back here to do what? I don't know. To try it again. You mad every episode at this point, Rada? What'd I tell you? So she upset about that. Pissed. That's what I put in my note. She pissed, but we really don't care because, like I said, same shit, different day. So then they go on to talking about Jess and they feel bad for her. And that's when the men show up. Pretty much all the guys, they got all their roses except Styles P. He got one clown, but the rest of his are roses. But I guess in the confessional, Audra admits that she got it wrong and he technically got it right. So technically, he did get all the roses. Okay, whatever. That's just a little cute active. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Whatever. So they are conversing amongst themselves, of course, talking about Jess and Daniel. And then, of course, who shows up? Because production probably told them, listen, let the guys go first. We're going to have them talk about you for a little bit, but then you're going to come in and confront them. So when they was talking about him for like a good 1 minute or 2 minutes, that's where they're like, okay, then go in. So, of course, that's his cue to go in. He's like, oh, what y'all saying? Da, 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 da. So they confront him a little bit, Claudia and Shamari especially, about the way he be treating Jess. So, of course, he's going to get defensive, saying he's being truthful, and sometimes the truth hurts. He's going back and forth with Claudia a little bit, but when he made that note, here goes Shamari's maybe tipsy ass, taking a large belch. And I'm just like, well, damn, girl, like, we're not even going to say excuse me or nothing. That she just like, that's how I feel about what you just said. I'm just like, but we're not gonna say excuse me though, Shamari. Ronnie looking like, Lord, my wife, man. That's my wife, man. That's my wife. And I'm just like, wow, I didn't see that coming from you, Shamari. But okay. So, of course, he's still defending himself with Claudia, with Shamari, and then I put that all in one thing because it kept going back and forth a little bit. But then we have Jess. She has a one-on-one with AJ. So she said she was over it the night prior. You're telling AJ that she went to another room, and AJ asked her what made her want to go to another room. So I guess Daniel called her selfish. I don't know how she calling you selfish, Daniel, because technically she brought you on the show because we don't even know who you are. We still don't know who you are. We just know you as Jessica's fake boyfriend on this show. But you call her selfish, but she brought you on a show so you could get a check. So that's not. I don't consider that selfish. I don't consider that selfish at all because we know after this you guys are gonna part ways. But in the meantime, you getting a check, and you the one who been treating her like dog shit. So at the end of the day, you the one who being ungrateful for this opportunity of getting some screen time, camera time. We get to see you for 15 minutes. Hopefully, we don't see you again ever in life, and that'll be it. But she's selfish. She's the one that's okay. Okay. Yeah. All right then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But she helping you get a check. But anyway, so he called her selfish, and AJ asked if she's happy with Daniel, and Jess tears up. So that gives you the answer. No, she's not happy. She wished she found someone better to treat her better. For this fake relationship on the show. So no, she's not happy. She didn't see it coming this way. That's why she hurt because she's like, dang, I try to help you with a check to come on this show for this facade relationship, and you gonna talk about me and treat me like this. So I wish I would have got somebody else to be my fake boyfriend on this show. So no, she's not happy with Daniel. She said she don't feel loved by him. We could have told you that. It shouldn't have to take this show for to tell you, Jess, if this is a real relationship. It wasn't there to begin with. Like I said, like AJ said, y'all not even a year in, y'all should be in a lovey-dovey stage right now. So yeah, we could have been told you that, Jess. She talking about she don't want to look stupid. Once again, too late. This is episode 5. I don't know what to tell you, Jess. It's too late because since day one he's been acting a fool. Saying whatever you want to say, calling it honesty and truthful when really you're just being an asshole at the end of the day. So yeah, do I feel bad for Jess? No, because this is not even a real relationship for me to feel bad for. So, it is what it is. She's talking about she gonna have a conversation with him. You already tried having a conversation yesterday and that morning or whatever the case may be. No, I don't think she had a conversation with him that morning. But good luck with that. Good luck with that. Just because at this point, we all know what it is. we know what this is for. We know this is just for TV show and camera time. But you got us talking. You got us talking. So congratulations. You came to do what you want, what you plan to do. We're gonna move on to back to the little brunch thing where everybody at. So after her one-on-one session with AJ, she finally shows up to be with everybody else. And she's acting like everything's okay. Even Claudia made mention of that. And I'm like, she probably had a little detox with AJ on the one-on-one, so now she's just acting calm, cool, collected. So Daniel continues to defend himself, saying that he's being truthful, and Jess takes it at the opportunity to work on what she's been taught with the one-on-one with AJ, to just be truthful with Daniel, explain how she's been feeling, how she feels, he dishonors her and disrespects her. And Ronnie asks Daniel, does he understand what she's trying to say? Daniel says, yeah, he tries to understand. No. Daniel said, yeah, he understands. So Shamari tries to challenge him. And, okay, so what was she saying then? Like, what did you take from what she said? And he tried to say something raw, but he got stuck. Listen, Shamari didn't believe him. I didn't believe him. America didn't believe him. He just talking just to talk at this point. But he doesn't ever want her to feel like he dishonors her, disrespects her, da-da-da-da. We don't care what he's trying to say. Same shit, different day. So it ends with them. So I'm thinking, okay, this scene is going to end right. No, because then here comes Rada's ass, because she got to get all the camera time for this season. She, it was mainly like Mendices and Yandy and Ray J and Princess last season. So she said this season they're going to come back. They're going to get all the camera time. So here goes Rada, getting upset, confronting Michael right then and there about him done telling Shamari, Ronnie, was it Claudia? Yeah, Claudia and KJ, that if an ultimatum was presented, he would choose the side beaches. So he's like, well, I'm not leaving you for the side beaches, but I've been like this from before we even dated. This is how I've always been. So Rada's upset. She's like, what? She made some type of joke. Or can we get someone to try to understand his logic? Because it's just, pretty much she feels like that's the same thing I'm trying to say. Now, they're saying it in two different ways, but morally or less, same difference. It is. It's just you guys view it differently. She views it as, okay, you would leave me to be with side bitches. He views it as, no, if push comes to shove, if you don't want me to be with other, having sexual relations with other people, then we're just going to have to end. I'm not leaving you for them, but essentially, I'm not going to stop being with them just because we're together. Because you knew what it was before. Y'all signed a contract, for goodness sakes, Rada. You signed a contract. If that don't tell you something, I don't know what does. You signed a contract. You may want to be committed. Other people can say, if he really loved you. But at the end of the day, he told you what it was. Y'all been together how long and it's still like that? I don't think it's changing anytime soon, Rada. You are the main. You are the number one. You're not the only one, but you're the number one. So if you can't handle being like that, talking about, oh, I need to figure out if that's something I need to stay or go. You don't need to stay. You need to go. Okay? If you can't handle that, get it. If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen, Rada. For goodness gracious. You're too old to be, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm sure you will find a way to still make money after this. Okay? Is that what you're staying for? The money? It must be the money, because at this point, Rada, you will find a way. Okay? You will find a way. You've been on VH1 for 2 seasons now. I'm sure there will be an opportunity that might present itself to you some way, somehow. Okay? We don't need to keep talking about, should I stay or should I go? Okay, no. Okay, please. Anyway, we move on to Daniel. He does some video diary talking about he was ambushed and everyone has their own opinion. We don't care what he got to say, but we just going to make note of it because, we watching this show. We move on to Styles P. He does a video diary. I don't know what he said. We move on to Michael. He does a video diary saying the girls don't snitched on him. Now he back in the doghouse. Michael, to be honest, ever since y'all got to this retreat, I don't think you ever left the doghouse. You've been in the doghouse for I don't know how long. And Rada, she just, I don't know. That's your girl. That's your fiance. Is y'all even getting married? I don't think so. Y'all not getting married. Y'all gonna be one of those couples that be engaged for like 18 years and then for some reason call it quits. I don't know. So if they even stay together that long, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But if they do stay together after this retreat, Rowder, I don't want to see you back on this show no more. Let this be it, please. So after him, we got Ronnie doing a video diary. I don't know what he said. Then we get to the girls. They get together lingerie, and they all look good and stuff. But Jess, that Victoria's Secret's lingerie, that was immaculate. That was immaculate. That was sexy, chocolate, all up in that outfit, all in that everything. It was beautiful. I loved it. She was the best dressed out of the females tonight. Best dressed. It was beautiful. I love beautiful. It was beautiful. If I had a body like that, boy, beautiful. It was immaculate. But they get together. Jess talking about she horny, and so she gonna let loose a little bit. And I'm just like, well, maybe let loose a little bit, but not as loose as Shamar, because Shamar was drinking. She was drinking. So they all taking, pictures because AJ lets us know, because she wore a little sexy dress, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm not feeling this, AJ, but you tried. But I guess the activity of the night was sexting. So Rada talking about she not in the mood because she's still mad at Michael, more or less. What else is new, Rada? You always gonna be mad at the nigga for embarrassing you, but you be embarrassing yourself. Shamari taking shots, she's burping. Once again, still not saying excuse me. Little rude in my, I'm all about mannerisms. So she just belching up the ass and I'm just like, girl, I mean, we can burp. I belch, I belch. But, wow. Shamari, I don't like it. But Rada's like, do you have a burping disease? Rada, please go over there, please. I don't need you, Rada. I don't need you, please. I don't need you making these lame jokes. Burping disease, really? First off, she might have been burping more. We only heard 2 burps on this episode. But Rada, please, I don't need the jokes. Okay, I don't need the jokes. Please go to the other side of the pool area. Okay, go to the other side right now. I don't need to be Rada, please. Okay, then they taking pictures, sexy pictures to center their men. We got the men on the other side of the outside area, however the resort set up. And they're learning about aphrodisiacs and making some salads for their little dinner they're going to have that night. So then the guys start receiving pictures of the girls in their lingerie, except Michael. I mean, I guess KJ too. Michael looked hurt. He's seen everybody else getting pictures. He's like, oh, everybody getting pictures but me. Where my picture at? Michael, you ain't gonna get no picture because Rada gonna be in a mood just to create some drama, just to give y'all more TV camera time on this damn season and show. You ain't getting no pictures, Michael. I'm sorry. You can ask for pictures from your side beaches. Your one night stands once a month. Which I feel like he does more than one night, but yeah, you're one nights. You're one nighters. You can ask them for a picture. You probably get something for them. But Rada, she said she don't want to send you nothing, homie. So, so he's in a mood because of that. And we move back onto Rada. She's saying she's annoyed with Michael. She's not in a mood. Because AJ asked her, did you send him any picture? So that's what she said. AJ was like, okay, you're able to not want to send it to him if you don't want to send it to him. But then on the other side of the couch, we got Jess. She's smiling like she caking on the phone. Like, this is the honeymoon stage we talking about. So I guess she didn't expect his reactions from her pictures and stuff. I'm like, well, Jess, you in this lingerie, it's hitting. It's giving what it's supposed to give. Like, this is it. Like I said, best dressed out of all the girls in their lingeries. In my personal opinion. Shamar coming with a hard second, but the way, she was getting loose, I was like, okay, you being a little too sloppy for me. But then we got Claudia. I guess she wasn't there for that whole time. I thought she was, but she wasn't. She comes out in her lingerie. She looking cute or whatever, taking little pictures for KJ. So Shamari's still drinking up a storm. So she sends it to KJ. KJ finally gets his picture and he's happy. He loves it. He's like he don't hardly see Claudia like that. So he appreciating what he can get from this. So it's his birthday, whatever, okay? We move on to the ladies. They're going to go to where the men's at. But before they do, Shamar got to get some gulps of the alcohol on the table. All right, Shamar, you pretty loose right now, but okay. So the ladies go to where the men are. The men are loving it. They loving their girls. They hugging them, kissing them, all that. Michael's trying to do the same thing, loving what Rada got on. But he could tell from Rada's face that she in a mood. Rada said she took off her little mask and she was just like, yeah, she's just not feeling it. And I'm just like, oh, Lord, here we go. So pretty much everyone has a one-on-one dinner with their significant other. Daniel did a complete 180, pulling out the chair for Jazz, being chivalrous. I think I said that right. And just being like a whole new man, just recognizes it, and everyone's just having a good time, right? So then Shamar is looking back, and she's just looking at Daniel and Jess, making little side comments. But then before we get to that, Rada and Michael, they're talking. Rada just says she's not feeling it. She just wants to go to the room, go to bed. And Michael's just like, okay, well, here we go. So then, Rada wants to confirm again about what he done said. Rada, he done said this last season. Maybe in a different way, but he said the same thing last season. So I don't know why you still act like feeling like, oh my gosh, he's never said this. And like, he just gonna leave me for side hoes. He said this since last season. Like, I don't understand why she feeling okay, but she bickering, arguing with him, and he's just like, well, I didn't really want this. She's like, okay, so I forced you to do this. I forced you to propose to me in public and stuff. So he's not even really, trying to argue with her. He's just like, all right, Rada, whatever, because he's annoyed with her. I'm annoyed with her. America's annoyed with her. Rada, at the end of the day, you're going to have to choose what you want to do. Okay, should I sing the song again? Should I stay or should I? Like, you gotta choose, Rada, because at this point, we tired of hearing about it, okay? So, just leave. I know you don't want to try to find a new dick. Just leave, because we tired. We tired, but that's it for them. They still stay there, I think. Who cares? So, we move on to Shamari, paying attention to behind her, where Daniel and Jess are having their little one-on-one dinner. So, she's making all these comments like, oh, Jess, yeah, she looking good. And he's talking about he was going to feed her some artichoke or whatnot. So she's making like side comments like, oh, can I watch? I want to watch. So Daniel's looking at her like, can you give us some privacy? Like, we're trying to do something, like have our one-on-one time. Can you stay over there? She's like, no, but I want to watch. Like, you better tear that ass up there. You better tear that ass up. Ronnie looking like, say what now? Like, you being a little too loose right now. She's like, but you better tear that ass up, Daniel. So then Ronnie's like, okay, calm down. Like, can you focus on us? Like, can you focus on us? So she turns back around to him. They having a little one-on-one. KJ and Claudia, they about to get it on and popping. She getting up. She get on top of KJ, Claudia. She get on top of KJ, kissing up on him and stuff. He picks her up. I thought they was going to walk to the room. They walk over to the side. They look like they about to get it on right there on some lounge chairs, okay? You could have went to the room, but, I guess they want to be spicy, have sex in front of everybody. I don't know, because it looked like they was about to start taking clothes off, but you see Shamari like, yes, girl, yes, you better get on your man. She didn't say that. I'm just paraphrasing, like, how she was acting. So Ronnie, he's getting annoyed. He's like, okay, you drunk right now. And she's like, what? I'm just trying to commemorate the female. He's like, but focus on us. So he's talking about, the open wounds done resurfaced about, how she was in the past when they had an open relationship and how she liked the females and all that stuff. So he gets annoyed. He's like, hello. He's like, you focus on everybody else, but you need to be focused on us. So, he gets up, he walks away. Listen, he talking about she drunk. I'm like, Ronnie, you look a little drunk yourself. They both lose. They both drunk. Okay. He leaves, goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Comes back for commercial for dramatic effect. And Styles P says something about, okay, you need to just go fix it with sex. Maybe that's how you want it to be fixed, Styles P, but I don't think that's how Ronnie wants it to be fixed. I think he just doesn't want his wife to be acting out when she be drinking. So, of course, she's going to get up to go after Ronnie to go see what's up with him. And Daniel's loving every bit of it because he's just like, isn't that calling the pot calling the kettle black? Because she said, well, I'm a relationship ambassador. He's like, as Ronnie was walking away, he's like, you ain't no relationship ambassador. Neither are you, Ronnie. Okay, none of y'all on here are relationship ambassadors or experts. But okay, so she goes after him. Daniel having a good old time with that. Shamari finds Ron, and they're sitting down on the couch, I guess in their resort room, whatnot, and they're talking, they're cussing. They don't really argue, but they do bicker. They go back and forth a little bit, and he's just like, I know you drunk because you don't ever cuss like this. And she's just like, well, you got me to this point. I'm just trying to have a good time. Da-da-da-da. Like, they just go back and forth. Nothing really gets resolved, but pretty much at the end of the day, Ronnie was just like, okay, we're just going to have to come back to this conversation when both of our minds are cleared. No, you will come back to this conversation when y'all sober. That's what you're trying to say, Ronnie. But you don't want us to know that you lose too, even though we can tell you lose. Little loose with the goose, loose with the sauce. That's okay. People get drunk. But I feel like you're trying to discipline her or reprimand her because she's drunk and acting out more than you. You probably just one of those chill drunks that's just like, oh yeah, I'm drunk, but I'm just gonna sit back here and just ride the wave where she's just like, yes, let's party. People act different when they're drunk, different ways, different types, because everybody has different personalities and whatnot. So at this point, y'all just need to sober up, have another conversation, because now the open wounds are, resurfaced. So yeah, definitely have that conversation when both of y'all sober, and y'all be fine. This is another just hiccup in the road. Everybody has arguments. All couples go through. It ain't nothing new, okay? Because you want to let us know we've been together like 21 years. Congratulations, y'all still gonna be together. This is nothing to be like, oh my gosh, they're arguing. Or in Daniel's case, isn't that funny? Well, Daniel, every couple argues. Every couple gets into riffraff sometimes. So I don't know what you thought you was doing with that statement, but okay. That's the end of the episode. So, that's it. We gonna see what happened next week. Kiana and Nick look like they still not gonna be back. I figured much, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought. Are you tired of Rada as much as I am? And are you happy that Shamari and Ronnie finally got into a riffraff? Or are you just kind of like, okay, what else is new? Every couple goes through. I don't know. You let me know. But I'll see you guys next week. Bye.